We appear to be alive. So, and then I immediately lose my train of thought. Go figure. All right. Good morning, beloveds. Maybe let's start there. Good morning, beloveds. We are here to do a new design for living, so let's do the housekeeping. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. That will get you one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month, and the hot links are hot. Carry now means it. It is also a blind CC, so nobody's going to see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. And then I will mention the social media merely from the standpoint we do not monetize it. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we ask you to do instead is go like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you are on, and then engage with the individual post by reacting to the post, commenting on the post, sharing the posts. Bumps us in the algorithms, and more people see our stuff. So it's a free and easy way that you can support the center. All right. And we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, and I am the running Rev Ryan across all of the social medias that I am on. So now, so there's some technical things that going on that I can't do anything about. One, when I show things, they're backwards, and I'm sorry, I've looked. I don't know how to fix that. Also, and it has to do with the iPad that I'm using because it's old. My audio and video don't line up, and I apologize for that. I don't encourage you to watch me. I encourage you to listen to me. So there's that. Okay. Although I do make really funny faces, so there's that. Okay. So A New Design for Living is one of the last books that Ernest Holmes worked on. And he did it with Willis Kinnear, and this is the process of science of mind. As Reverend Jesse likes to say, when you treat for something, when you pray for something, the universe doesn't just hand it to you. I mean, it does occasionally. So here we are. But most of the time, it hands you a process to get you there. Okay? That's what this is. This is the why and the how. He tells you how to do it and why it's important. It's the same thing that I say about science of mind. We're not really a religion because we're not teaching you what to believe. We believe that is between you and the divine. We teach you how to believe and why it's important. That's it. So, now, do we talk about what we believe? Of course. We have a document that says what we believe. But it's fairly general and fairly innocuous and will fit in with most faith traditions. So, Ernest's goal was not to start his own religion. Ernest's goal was to teach people this really amazing way that he noticed that Jesus prayed and send them back to their faith tradition. A number of us didn't go back. Here we are. So, we are currently in Chapter 18, Mental Growth, which is very important. We did the Endless Search yesterday, and so today we are going to do Make All Things New, which I believe is a Bible quote. And here's another thing that you need to know about Ernest. Ernest doesn't cite sources, and he does not tell you where he gets things. There is this really amazing book, and I think it's called Where Did Ernest Get That?, where two people actually went through the Science of Mind text and told you where he got all of the quotes that he uses. He doesn't even necessarily put them in quotes. So, he would quote them. But they give you the sources of everything in that book. Have they done it for anything else? I don't know, but at least for the text message, that book does exist. So, but today we are doing, as I said, Make All Things New. In actual practical experience, this can mean the creation of a new experience in living. In every creative prayer we make, we should expect to transcend any previous moment of creative thought we have ever had. This increased spiritual endeavor should be a part of our whole mental and emotional setup and background. It will lend the zest of adventure, the incentive of accomplishment, and the enthusiasm of expectation. Okay? I love that he says the zest of adventure. So, because if we're not trying to better ourselves, then what are we doing? right? And I like it. I like it. The zest of adventure, the incentive of accomplishment, because we all love that dopamine hit when we can check something off of our list, right? And the enthusiasm of expectation. And that is really one of the secrets of treatment, is when we let go, we have that the enthusiasm of expectation. We have turned it over to a power that will not return our word to us void, which again is it's a paraphrase of the Bible quote. My word will not return unto me void. So we have that enthusiasm of expectation and a joyful waiting, okay? And this will always be based on the calm, dispassionate concept that there are two fundamental aspects of reality, which neither science, philosophy, nor religion can change. First, the concept of a divine presence overshadowing and indwelling. Okay, overshadowing and indwelling. We talk about eminent and transcendent. So the divine is not consumed, that is not the right word, but that's the word I'm going to use, by its creation. Okay? It is eminent in its creation, but it is also transcendent above its creation, beyond its creation. This is one of those cases where the pieces, the whole is greater than the pieces, okay? So overshadowing and indwelling everything. And second, the realization of the law as the way it creates and governs. It's predictable, okay? When we set things into motion, we know how they're going to come out, okay? When you do a lab experiment, if you follow the guidelines, then you have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen, okay? If we don't know exactly what's going to happen, because that's one of the things, you don't want to get real specific in the details, you have at least a rough idea of what's coming, okay? You may not know what direction it's coming from, but at least you have a rough idea of what's coming, because that's what you've asked for. And that's one of the things, when things keep showing up in your life, you need to go back and look at what you're actually asking for. Because frequently we ask for things we don't want because we are told that they are what we do want, okay? So if things keep showing up in your life and they're not what you want, go back and look at what you're asking for. You may be asking for them in ways that you didn't realize you were. Okay. Upon these two premises, everything that we have accomplished or can accomplish is based. These two fundamental propositions will never change. But within the realm of their possibility, there will forever be ceaseless change. So the fundamental propositions don't change, but within them exists this infinite variety of possibility. Okay? Within the realm of their possibility. Okay? All right, let me go back. These two fundamental propositions will never change, but within the realm of their possibility, there will forever be ceaseless change, ceaseless differentiation, and every moment will see a new birth from the unborn into the born. Or, as Jesse would say, from the unseen into the seen. Because everything we have ever wanted has always come from the unseen. Still, in our own growth, spiritually and in the fuller experiencing of life itself, we are, in a certain sense, like an artist setting up our canvas to paint a new scene. The basic colors and pigments, the canvas and the easel and the brushes will be the ones we used yesterday. But who knows what new picture will be precipitated upon the canvas through our creative imagination. Okay? Through our creative imagination. Who knows what new inspiration will flow through us to accomplish something new and different. Thus, every moment is a fresh starting point. unconditioned by anything that has ever existed, something being born here and now. Okay, so here's where I remind you, principle is not bound by precedent, which is what he just said. Unconditioned by anything that has ever existed. Every moment can be a fresh starting point, and it is not bound to what has come before. It can be, and frequently we do bind it to what has come before, but we don't have to. If you want to radically change your life, you are welcome to do that. Yes, you are using the same pigments, the same brush, the same canvas, but you get to paint or draw a new picture. Okay? And it can be completely different from what you have done before. Or maybe you varied a little bit. I mean, for Pete's sakes, if you're happy where you are, keep painting. Keep expanding what you are doing. But if you are unhappy, you can whitewash that canvas and start over. Absolutely can. Now, it turns out we are wrapping up this chapter, which I did not know because I didn't look that far ahead. And he always does this really cool little wrap up with the chapter. So I'm going to read that, and then we are going to wrap up for today. The continuing challenge is to increase our knowledge of the infinite potential which lies ahead of us. And every increase but reveals more that is to be known. To realize that an infinite artist, the divine creator, the cosmic reality is back of and in and through all of our acts is to realize the truth which enables us to enter with joy and enthusiasm into the day in which we live. Every day is a new creation, a new moment for a fuller awareness of spiritual reality, and a time for designing the new life we want to live. Okay, now that last sentence, let me read that again. Each day is a new creation, a new moment for a fuller awareness of spiritual reality, and a time for designing the new life we want to live. Every day. Every day can be a new start. It does not have to be, but it absolutely can be. All right? And I can't say it any better than that. So I'm going to move on into the process of my day. We are going to pick up tomorrow with chapter 19, which is the larger life. So, I know we are fast approaching the end of this book. Oh, Lord. And it's been a good one. I really enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. But now I'm going to encourage you to have a great day. I want you to say a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. A you got this day. A let's take care of business day. A drink plenty of water day. A be aware we might be record-breaking heat day. So drink plenty of water and stay out of the direct sunlight between 10 and 2. Like I'm just not going to, I don't want to be outside between 10 and 2. So, actually, I don't want to be outside between 10 and 6, but there's that. Okay. I did go for a walk this morning. So go for a walk this morning. Go exercise your body day. Do something for yourself, whatever that is. Listen to good music, read a good book, call a friend day, okay? Look in the mirror and see the eminent and transcendent looking back at you day. Know that you have infinite possibilities day. Know that today is a new day. Make sure you make time to sit down and rest day. Tell somebody a silly joke day. Have a good laugh day. Smile at somebody day. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, because occasionally it is, I get it, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, an absolutely beautiful masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time at your own pace. Do I say that you're a beloved expression of the divine? I hope so, because that's one of my favorite phrases. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. Okay, so explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible, because good is all the divine knows. All right, beloveds. As I said, moving on into the process of my day. Reverend David will be on sometime this afternoon. I will be back with you around 9:15 tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved always. And I will see you next time.